here because I got interested in physics in undergrad and decided to go to grad school. And I was drawn to computational research because I liked how it was a very general technique and you can apply it, kind of much like physics, you could apply it to solve many different types of problems. I am a scientist because I just got fascinated with how the universe works, and specifically in physics. I really enjoy physics because it provides you a very fundamental description and provides you very fundamental reasons for why the universe works the way it does. And so it's very concept driven, and I like that because, you know, from very basic concepts you can apply them to many different situations.
So when I was an undergrad, my first plan was to become a clinician. I wanted to be a practicing psychologist working with patients. But after some experiences in a clinical setting, it became pretty clear to me that there was a lot of symptom management that was going on in that setting. We were able to help people in the short term manage the problems that they were having, but we didn't really have a good causal theory. We didn't really understand at a deep level what was going on, so we couldn't really have a very powerful cure. In fact, we don't really even talk about cures in clinical settings. In contrast, when I would go to classes in academic psychology, we were actually discussing like the deep empirical or deep theoretical causes of human behavior, and these were questions of like really understanding the way that the mind works, and that just really kind of ignited a passion in me.
So my favorite book, it's not a book about science actually. It's a book called The Rock Warrior's Way by Arno Ilgner. So I do a lot of rock climbing in my free time, and so this book is on mental training for rock climbing. So teaching you how to deal with fear and train yourself mentally to be kind of more present-minded, so you kind of focus on the task at hand, which is sort of solving this problem of how do you move your body up the wall, and to not let things like fear distract you from the task at hand.
So that's a good question. I think the book that changed my thinking the most is the book Adaptation and Natural Selection by George Williams. The book is, I think, probably around 50 years old at this point, but it's a powerful, powerful challenge to our understanding of the way that natural selection creates organisms. It kind of debunks a lot of the intuitive silliness that we often bring to the study of these questions, and I think it's a book that more social scientists should read.
Well, the book I keep sending people, this is sort of off the track, but so when my son was at Yale, he was an MD&B major, graduated in 2002, and there were 3 guys in that class that graduated in 2002 who were MD&B majors, who were all pitchers on the Yale baseball team, and they all got drafted and spent some time in the minor leagues. And a book that I really loved, that I love to send out, was written by one of them, who's no longer in baseball. He lasted about a year in the minor leagues, and then went off to Harvard Medical School, and now he practices infectious disease medicine at Weill Cornell in New York. And he wrote a book about his year playing in the minor leagues, which is quite a funny book. It's really a great book. And so that is one of my favorite books.